guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video we are talking about Royal Mail. I read in an article last night that Royal Mail will potentially go in administration anytime if people stop demanding the pay rises. If you guys follow the channel, I've done a little video a little while back when the Royal Mail were under cyber attack, and basically that created our business a lot of problems because obviously they weren't able to ship stuff online, and obviously they had a lot of strikes as well. So all of that combined created us a lot of problems. Obviously I work for myself, so I run a business that heavily relies on Royal Mail. So to me it was a big problem, and I was really worried what sort of detrimental effect it will have, actually, not just for the country alone, because we all, let's be frank, rely on Royal Mail a lot, but of course for small businesses like myself. And reading the article there, basically saying that they will go in administration because they cannot afford to pay people the pay rises they expect. And obviously because people are again threatening to walk out again, obviously numerous amount of days, and of course that's going to create a problem for myself again. And again, obviously, it might not make a difference, and people might just not really care about Royal Mail, but it is a big part. Yes, there is other couriers out there, but as a nation, Royal Mail obviously is one of the main carriers of mail, and it's got privatized about, I think, 5 or 6 years ago, because before it was generally a publicly owned company, but it's been privatized and sold off so they can basically cash in and help the company. Nonetheless, obviously, so now we're having that problem. So my little gripe is that what I can understand. I just explained to you the situation. I work for myself, I run my own business. My husband used to work for the company, obviously for ourselves as well, but he had to go and find a job somewhere else because since the code, we had a massive impact on the business and we couldn't sustain both of us, obviously taking a wage from the company. So he's gone to work somewhere else. However, he's working on only 6 months contract. So the scary part for us is with the Royal Mail thing, if they decide to go in administration and nobody buys them out, then obviously my business is going to be in trouble. And if my husband can't prolong the contract or find the job on time, we will be basically relying on my business that potentially might not exist because of the Royal Mail going into basically administration. So you can see where I'm heading with this. And my gripe is, I cannot understand, yes, cost of living crisis, a lot of things gone up. Those people have jobs. The people that work on Royal Mail, they have jobs, and they should be grateful for the fact that they have jobs. I totally understand things are going up, and people, for some reason, people expect, they feel entitled that they have to have pay rises because cost of living going up, but they don't actually understand. So yes, they're a big company, and yes, they take themselves, like a huge Royal Mail, take themselves and give themselves a huge bonuses. But again, if we're in the position, if I was like a big cheese and Royal Mail, do you know what? If I work so goddamn hard all my life and I got somewhere, then yes, I'll pay myself a big bonus because I can, and it's my company, you do what you want. Yeah, I understand why basically people that are on a generally just low incomes comparing to the top bosses, I can see why they want to have obviously the increase in the wages to help to deal with the things. But let's be fair, you can't demand stuff, you can't demand such a high pay rise, and you know, I think they offered them, I think 5 or 6%, and it wasn't good enough, so they're basically wanting more. But you cannot demand something of the company if you know it's going to put them in administration, because indirectly, think about it, if the company says that we can't pay you that because we will go bust, then stop demanding, because they will lose their jobs, and there'll be all those people out of the job. So themselves basically be shooting themselves in the foot, and at the same time shooting me in the foot or in the back, because my business couldn't possibly survive without the Royal Mail. And this is the part that I just can't get my head around. At the moment, in the current position, there is jobs out there, but it's just imagine if suddenly Royal Mail employ like thousands of people, and if suddenly all those people end up being jobless, all those people are going to try and go and get some jobs. That means it's going to be extra hard for people that are looking to get a job, because suddenly there's an influx of people looking to find themselves a job. And this is really, really scary. But I just cannot understand why those people that keep demanding more money. Just take your 6%, whatever you've been offered, and just leave this alone, because it's going to cause an absolute massive problem for the whole country and ourselves, unless somebody basically buys them out. And I do really hope that somebody will buy this out, and I do hope the company will become a public company again, because as I said to you, the guy that owns the major, I think he owns 40% of the company, is a guy from Czech Republic, and I don't think he couldn't give up any monkeys, to be fair. I think he made his money, done whatever he needs to do, and I think for him it really doesn't care if the company will actually go bust in administration. As by reading the article, that's kind of the impression that I got, and basically saying that it's for them, it's either take this thing or leave this alone, but the union just won't. They keep demanding, and it's one of those things, guys, as I said, it's really, really scary times, right? Every day, and I've cut down on my prep in a little bit, obviously trying to save up and give ourselves the sort of the financial backup for the potentially situation like this. And the hard part, you might think, oh, well, you know, would you not be entitled to any benefits? Well, the scary part in you guys who are in UK who are working class people probably know 100% that we are not entitled to a penny from the government. And I mean literally not a penny. I get from a child allowance, but you basically anybody can get, let me rephrase that. If you have a child, you get a child allowance. You get like £87 a month from the government, and that's until the child is 18 years of age. But generally, as a family, especially if you have a mortgages and stuff, there is nothing there for us. There is no help at all from the government for the people like ourselves that could potentially come a cropper if things like this happens. And it's really unfortunate that like two things are happening. So our business obviously is a bit struggling, and then husband have to get a job. But the fact is, because it is only a temporary contract and our business is not doing that great anyway, we struggle to recover from after the COVID, and we've been sort of dragging our heels a bit. But the time is coming to, at the end, if, God forbid, that happens with Royal Mail, that we are going to be in really, really big pickle, and there's going to be nobody there to help us anyway. So I do hope, sorry guys, it is more like of the ranting video, and of course to let you guys know about the Royal Mail, if anybody at all gives the monkeys really anyway. But just, it's a scary times, it's a scary things that, again, I mentioned before, the things happening in the country is like, seem to be all at once, and it's like we've just been beaten down forever, just one thing after another, and it's tiring, and it's really, really scary. So anyway, rant is over, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.